Evening. All welcome to the Pride of London show, and obviously I've got the co-host Ryan in the building again. How you doing today, sir?
I'm all right, mate. Cheers. Coming in with one win instead of two defeats like your team. I'm in a decent mood.
Have we lost twice? Have we lost twice since the last time?
Since the last show. Two set of fixtures, two defeats for Arsenal.
Mad. That is crazy. I can't even remember the other one. Who was the other one against?
That was Wolves when you got your two men sent.
Yeah. Did you watch the? Well, there's no point talking about the Wolves one, but did you watch the one? Did you watch the weekend one?
Yeah, against Villa.
Yeah, against Villa.
Yeah. I watched that. It was a good game. I don't think you lot really troubled Villa that much. You had a lot of the ball, but you didn't really do much, did you?
Yeah, we didn't. We didn't really have no shots that I can remember. No noteworthy shots. I mean, Odegaard had one at the end that he smashed over that he should have probably hit the target. But apart from that, yeah, we didn't really have nothing. Have you been impressed with Villa? Because obviously we know Grealish is a quality player, but who else have you been impressed with from Aston Villa?
You know what? I think John McGinn is a very underrated player in midfield.
Yeah.
Ollie Watkins has done well. Yeah, Ollie Watkins has done well coming in. I think Ross Barkley's actually proved a lot of people wrong as well since he's been in there. He's done quite well for him since he's been there, but yeah, carry on, bro.
Weren't there talks of you guys looking at Barkley before?
Yeah, we was looking at Barkley and Watkins, but they both chose Villa instead of Tottenham, which says a lot. So
yeah, no, I mean the way we're playing at the moment, I actually didn't think we were gonna lose, but you know, once you concede that early against a team like Villa, you're sort of in the mud because they are actually they're a decent team and they're playing really, really well this season. But like you said, we didn't really trouble them. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of any actually chances we had. I can't really remember none, but I can remember Ryan making quite a few saves for us, which again is alarming. I know our defensive record has been quite good this season, but at the moment it's just I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Probably. I mean that the manager, he's just very, very, very lucky at the moment because another 3 or 4 games, if he doesn't pick up any victories, man, like I'll be very, very shocked if he finishes the season as our manager. Do you think he deserves to be still in the job? Like, what do you feel?
If you ask me as a Tottenham fan, I don't mind. Yeah. I'd rather when he's bringing Willian on instead of Martinelli, I don't mind them type of tactics. He can keep the job. But, you know, as a football fan, he's a bit like Lampard. He's just not got the experience for a.
Yeah, it's just not enough experience, is there?
Oh no, I can't see him lasting. I can't see him being in charge at the start of next season.
Yeah. No, it's actually mad because, yeah, none of them deserved a job. I don't even know how any of them got a job. I think they were all just a cheap option at the time. Like, I just don't know how any of them got the job, to be fair. And like you're saying, as a football fan, he's very, very lucky at the moment. Let's just see. I don't know. I don't think he's going to make it to the end of the season, if I'm being honest. I want him to make it to the end of the season, but the way things are going...
You could have Mourinho. Take him.
Nah, we're all right, man. We're all right. I'd just rather just not have a manager, to be fair, than have Mourinho.
Yeah, I feel.
Obviously, you guys picked up a victory. I know your fan base is like split. Like you're really, 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 really divided over how things are going at the moment. You kept it quiet. You wasn't going too crazy with the performance because I feel like you felt like that's what should happen against a team like West Brom. But other people were seriously going nuts about the performance, and I was just like, you were playing West Brom, and West Brom, that was what they were going to do. Like, their defending was, the first half of defending was absolutely just crazy. Like, I don't think I've seen anything like that in the Premiership for a good 3-4 years, where it was literally a training match. It was just a training match. That's all it was. That's the best way I could describe that first half of football, was a training match. Do you obviously, like, if we're honest, Kane, in terms of being a number 9, is probably second or third best in the world.
No, you need to go
obviously
up. Keep going up.
He's not better than Lewandowski, though, is he?
No,
he's not better than Lewandowski. No, he's not better than Lewandowski. Look at Lewandowski's record. It's unmatched. Like, Kane is just he's very, very good. Obviously, you're gonna miss him if he's not playing. But what do you guys feel like he can do? Because, like, he just doesn't trust these players. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Or is it just his tactics in general?
That's both. You don't trust. It's hard to trust Eric Dyer and Davinson Sanchez and Serge Aurier. Obviously, you see, you know what? Yeah, I'll give him his due. Aurier's been good this season, but you did.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, the penalty he gave away against Leicester. That's Serge Aurier, where he just jumps into someone's back. That's the Serge Aurier we're looking at. But other than that, his tactics are dead now. Obviously, you had to play like that against West Brom, because Allardyce plays just the way he does. So if both of us parked the bus, it would have been the deadest game of the season. You had one manager had to go for it. We've got the better players, so we had to go for it. But other than that, it is hard. I was a bit annoyed when I saw Kane to begin with, because I didn't want us to rush him back for West Brom at home. I didn't want us to put him in position.
I think that was the big thing, that you rushed him back to play against West Brom. And obviously it turned out to be a good decision, obviously, but you don't really want to be rushing him back for that game. And a club of your size, you should be able to play West Brom without Harry Kane. Of what you've seen of your subs, your backup striker, do you think he's good enough? Like, do you think he's even been given a chance to prove how good he is?
No, he's not. I refuse to judge him against Marine and Lask and Antwerp and stuff like that. I can't. I would have much rather him. Obviously, he played against Chelsea. I can't really say much against him for the Chelsea game, because the only bit of service he got, he flopped. That headed chance at the end. But other than that, it's not. I just think any striker that comes into this team is going to be looked at like that, unless you're matching Harry Kane 70-80% of Harry Kane, you're going to get judged, because we were spoiled by that one striker. Same as Arsenal, say back in the day with Henry.
Yeah,
whoever was playing backup, you're going to get judged on Henry's standard. That's just how it happens.
I mean, like, it's a tough one, because I remember when we won the last time we won the league, we had Carnu, Sylvain Wiltord, Dennis Bergkamp, and Thierry Henry. And Carnu and Wiltord knew their place was just substitutes, but they always gave a shift when they played. I think that's what's hard for Spurs to find, is someone that you can bring in that is going to be good enough to be a backup, but is also not going to mind being a backup, because I don't know how you can sign a striker, because anyone in their right mind knows they're not going to play. If Kane's fit, you're not playing.
Yeah.
So how do you find a decent striker? Because, and I think the only one I could have thought of that probably, but I don't know if he would have gone to you guys because he played for Arsenal and Chelsea, was Olivier Giroud. But obviously that would have been a bit, again, would he have wanted to go and be a substitute? I don't know. Is there anyone out there that you feel like you lot could get, or someone that you feel like you should be looking at, or even someone to partner with Kane?
You know, the only real striker I see linked at the minute is Danny Ings. But like you say, he's not going to come to sit on the bench and play cup games and last 10 minutes. it is a hard one for us. The youngsters we got aren't quite ready yet. Like Troy Parrott, he's obviously gone.
Yeah,
he's come back out on loan to Ipswich now, and Dane Scarlett, he looks fantastic in youth games, but he's only 16 years old. You don't want to. I say you don't want to throw him in, but obviously, if they're good enough, you can throw him in if he's good enough.
I think 16 is a bit, for me, it's a bit borderline, especially as how good Spurs are at the moment, like in terms of your league position and what you're fighting for. Throwing a 16-year-old in there could make or break them, you know. You don't sort of want to get that sort of Michael Owen thing where Liverpool were he was 17 and then Liverpool playing him every week for like 3-4 seasons and then he just gets injuries after injury. You don't really want to do that to him. But yeah, it's just a hard one. What else do you feel like you guys need though? Because at the moment, Son isn't. Oh, he scored, didn't he? Or did he set up Kane?
He got a goal. Yeah,
got a goal. Is it the right side that you think he needs as well? Obviously, you need a right back as well because I think he's just going to cost you too many points over the long run of the season, isn't he?
Yeah, it's definitely need a right back and right winger because Bergwijn, as hard as the man works for us, we didn't buy him to track back and defend. We put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah.
It's between right wing at the minute. You've got Bergwijn, Lucas, Lamela, and Bale, whereas Bale's clearly not the Bale that we had before, so he's not getting time. Lamela don't score many goals. Lucas is hit and miss. Bergwijn don't score. But I said the other day on a show with Eleanor, they're just too expensive. Them forward line positions, it's a big gamble because you're gonna have to pay a lot of money to get a good right winger, and if they don't work out, you obviously lose your money immediately.
No, I hear that. I mean, is he just living off the Ajax game?
Yeah, 100%. That's all he's got to do now. He's a Tottenham legend for that one game.
Like he's literally just living off that one game, man. And when they first came to Spurs, I thought, right, they've got a very, very, very good player here because he played for PSG. Obviously, he played for Juventus as well. He was on loan there, wasn't he? So I thought, you know what, they've got a good player here. But then when you sort of think about it, if he was that good, would either of those two teams let him go? But I don't know. I just don't know. What do you think? Because he's got everything, hasn't he? He's got everything. He's got, like, I feel like he's got everything he needs to be a top class player. But is it motivation? Is it the tactics? What do you think it is?
You know what? On his day, he can be a quality player because he's rapid.
Yeah.
He can beat any player. Rapid. And for his size, he's got some sort of unreal leap on him to get up to win the header as well. You don't get shrugged off that easy. I just don't know. Like I say, I was reading, I think it was about a week, 10 days ago now, I was reading that he was planning on retiring at the end of his Tottenham contract because he wants to help. He wants to help foreign players who come into the league understand how to behave, do stuff like that.
I mean, fair play to him. If he feels like he's not going to be at top level, then you know you sort of respect that. Then somebody that just drops down the league just to keep playing football and pick up wages. So if that's what he really does want to do, then you sort of got to give that to him. But at the same time, you're like, he's not that old to be even thinking about that. So again, that is quite a strange one. Ndombele, amazing player, amazing. But is he better? Do you think he's better than Dembele? I know they've got very similar names.
Yeah, I'll say yeah. I will say yeah. I don't want to say yeah because I was madly in love with Dembele. I think he's got more threat in front of goal than Dembele did.
Yeah.
I think that's what gives him the edge.
What was Dembele's thing in front of goal though? Because he had, like, for me, he was in that era. He was probably, for me, the hardest centre midfielder to play against because he wasn't the natural centre midfielder. It wasn't what you was expecting from a centre midfielder in terms of him just being able to pick up the ball and just run through your whole team sort of thing. Like he had tenacity. He just didn't look like he was going to be a centre midfielder like that, but he was an amazing signing, man. And he was the one player that when we played you guys, I would rather play against Kane than play against him, to be honest, because I think although Kane only needs one chance, I feel like you can snuff him out of a game. If you tried hard enough, you could snuff him out. But I don't think you could silence Dembele. Like, I think he was honestly that good. So now I've seen Ndombele come in now, and I'm watching him, and I'm like, they are very, very similar. Ndombele is a bit more. He likes to show his skills a lot more. To be fair, I feel like he likes to show his skills a lot more. And how much was he? 50 million?
I think 60 million price was,
60. So in the long run, if he carries on playing the way he's playing, it's going to look like an amazing signing, because when you look at the fact that Fred cost £50 million, Kovacic, is it which one? Either Jorginho was 30 mil or Kovacic was 50 million. So that's 90 million pounds a player right there for those two, which neither of them, in my opinion, I haven't seen enough to say they warrant that. And then obviously you look at Pepe, and he was like 70 something million, and then Maguire was 80 something million. This guy's looking like an amazing signing for the sort of money. And what about Højbjerg? Because has he sort of died off recently, or is he just tired, or he's still playing high back?
You know what, right? Just to go back on that Ndombele bit again, right?
Yeah.
When I say this, I don't want people to think I'm comparing the players like that. But me personally, when I watch Ndombele, when he gets the ball, I feel like what probably certain Arsenal fans felt when Dennis Bergkamp got the ball. You know, just that excitement when they get the ball.
Yeah. No, I mean, I totally agree. Like, when I see him play, I always feel like he's the one person that looks like he's going to make something happen for Spurs, especially if Kane stays up front. I know Kane's been told to sort of withdraw a bit to try and start plays and stuff. And it is like, I was watching the West Brom game, and every time Kane dropped deep and played, like, sprayed a pass out or sprayed a pass into the box, you're like, that's just so annoying, because that's where Kane should be. He shouldn't be the one playing the passes. He should be the one on the end of the passes. And every time he picked up the ball from deep, I was just like, man, you don't. I don't mind Kane being out there, because that means he's not going to score. But like, for a Spurs fan, I would just be going nuts. Like, what are you doing? And I know he's giving you an amazing season, but do you think he would be giving you more if he just stuck to playing in the box?
I think with Kane is, I think now he started getting assists. I think that's his target now. That's all he wants now. Is obviously when he puts a ball out to Davis at left back or Aurier, the one person you need in the box is your tall, big, strong centre forward. So let's be honest, Ajayi for West Brom, he's not going to struggle against Son in the box. It's not going to happen. So, and obviously then you look at Kane and you think, oh, how's he going to get from the halfway line now in time with them dead ankles?
Yeah, because I noticed that as well. He sprayed a pass out to whoever was playing. Who was playing left back in that game?
Davis,
yeah. He sprayed a pass out to Davis, and he was like sort of around the center circle, and he didn't move.
Yeah,
he didn't even like run to get into the box, and I don't know if that's fitness or what. He just didn't even move to get into the box. And that was just, for me, that was very, very weird. But is that a tactic? I don't know. But yeah, it was very, 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 very odd to watch. But you guys won. And again, it wasn't an easy victory by any means. When a team is literally playing 10 at the back, it's impossible to get through. And the goal, the pass from Højbjerg to Kane was a great pass, and obviously once Kane got in that position, he was never ever going to miss. And West Brom did have a couple of chances. I think they were both offside, weren't they?
Yeah.
They're both,
Yeah.
yeah, but they were very, very close. And what is the ideal partnership at the back? Because for me, Toby's got to play, but who do you partner with him?
Mine personally is Rodon with Alderweireld.
Yeah,
I don't want to see Dyer. I cannot physically, for my own mental health, I cannot see Eric Dyer at centre back anymore. I cannot do it. It's a bit like it reminds me of that Pascal Segan that Arsenal had all them years ago.
Segan, yeah. I mean, Segan's going to turn around and say he's won the league, man. But his pace was minus. He was so slow. It was unbelievable, man. I can't believe how slow he was. But he could defend, but his body couldn't get him in the positions to defend, which was quite funny. But
like he
was a legend. Yeah, it's just treading water all the time. We're going to get onto the team that nobody actually likes. Their fans are being a bit unbearable at the moment. But Chelsea picked up another victory. Third successive victory under Tuchel. Have you been impressed, or is it just the sort of new manager gives them that boost? Have you seen anything that you're really, really impressed with?
Not really, no. Like I say, I think the new manager bounce, once that wears off and they lose a game, I don't know if they'll come back. I think I've been impressed with Hudson-Odoi. I think he's done well when he's come in for him. But
such a good footballer, isn't he?
Other than that, I don't see what Timo Werner brings to him now, because he's not scoring. I know he gets a couple of assists now and then, but it's not.
Yeah, I mean,
they
were like, that was the best match he's ever played, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
It's not very good, then, is it? It's not very good, is it? If that was the best match he's played. Like again, there's not many teams. I think, with the exception of Man City at the moment, if you look at the top 10 teams or so, like, are you convinced by any of their defenses? Because Christensen, Rudiger, and Azpilicueta, like that doesn't fill me with confidence. Does that fill you with confidence?
Nah, definitely not. Thiago Silva, for 36-year-olds, has probably bossed that defense. Yeah. That's the problem. That's the sort of I know he's 36, but since John Terry, they've not had that leader in defense.
Yeah.
But no, like you said, other than Man City, obviously John Stones has come back now and got his place with Ruben Diaz. Other than that, I think every other team's defense is shaky.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm looking at the top 10. Arsenal not even in it, so we can't even be included in there. But Leicester, probably the next best one I can think of that I wouldn't say has a shaky defense.
That Fofana's decent. They made a good signing with him.
Yeah, like, again, I want to know who's in charge of their signings, because they just seem to find, like, for me, they're laughing because they've signed Castagna, Fofana, and Tielemans basically for the money that they got for Maguire. And it's just like, they're laughing because they're probably better off without Maguire. They've got a defender that's probably going to go on to do great things. He's obviously fitter, faster. For me, they've just done some amazing business with their signings. Looking at the league table now, Man City, 50 points with a game in hand. Then Manchester United on 45, Leicester on 43, Liverpool on 40, then Chelsea on 39, West Ham on 39. Who do you think is going to be the top four? Like, do you think it's going to be the four that are in there now? Man City, Man United, Leicester, and Liverpool.
The only one I'm not concerned about is probably Liverpool at the minute.
Yeah.
That's the only one. I never thought I'd say that like 12 months ago, but they're the only shaky. I think Klopp's losing it in all his press conferences.
Yeah, no, he's definitely he's lost the plot, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's gone. I seen that one where that interviewer asked him if he thought there was any chance now, or if it was just top four. And he started berating him for his question.
Nah, he's lost it. It just reminds me of Mourinho when he started to lose it, and it's funny how no one calls Mourinho the special one anymore. So it's kind of like everybody's just got annoyed with Mourinho. Klopp came along, Klopp's the new guy, and now I think everybody's starting to get annoyed with Klopp as well. So I think we're just waiting for the next manager to come along that everybody's gonna love. I mean, I'm looking at the top four, and you guys have got a game in hand, which if you win, you go level points with Chelsea, who have you would have a better goal difference, so you would go above them. Everton have 2 games in hand, and they're on 37 points. So if they won both of those, they will be 43, which means Liverpool will now be out of the top 4. Like, it's just crazy. Like, one game can completely kick you out of the top 4, and then one game can get you in sort of 3rd and 4th. And looking at Arsenal, obviously we're not getting relegated no more, but like we're still, what are we, 7 points off the bottom and 7 points off top 4. Like the season's 8 points off top 4. The season's just so crazy, man. Like I just don't know who's gonna finish where, what's gonna happen. Like, yeah, I just don't know. Who have you got? Let's see who your next game is.
We got Man City next weekend. We have.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, that's going to be a fun game to watch. That is.
Oh, you've got on your away as well. It's going to be a good weekend of football, to be fair. Leicester, Liverpool, Crystal Palace, Burnley will be a half decent game. Man City, Tottenham is going to be a good game. I won't be surprised if you win that, to be fair. On Sunday, Arsenal, Leeds, and Everton, Fulham, Southampton, Wolves will be a good game. Then Monday, West Ham versus Sheffield United. So yeah, we've got one game before the next show. Like, honestly, what do you think is going to happen in that game against Manchester City?
You know what,
right? I don't think you guys are as bad as you think you are, but go on, carry on.
No, I don't think we're as bad as we are. The problem I have with it is you're not going to get that lucky. If we allow City, the way City are at the minute with Foden, Sterling, Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, if we allow them 20, 25 shots on goal, they are going to score. It's not all we've got to hope for in that game is the counter attacks have got to be pristine. They've got to be every counter attack has got to be finished. We've got to finish every counter attack with a goal.
Yeah, you can't sort of have that game that you had against Liverpool away where you had chances to maybe win the game and you didn't take it, and then it just ended in a draw. Like, yeah. I don't think the way Man City are playing that they're gonna let you off so lightly. And the thing about Man City is they're getting goals from everywhere. Like Aguero's not even playing. Like they're just getting goals, and De Bruyne's not playing. And then you got Foden, just looks like he's been playing football for the last 10 years.
Like, yeah, Gundogan's got what? I think Gundogan's on 9 Premier League goals now.
Just mad. Like a little switch of position, and he's just like, this is what I thought he was going to be like. And it's taken him, 3 or 4 years to get to where everybody thought he was going to be. We've got them the week after, so gosh, like they're probably gonna have 2 weeks of fun. That could possibly take them to 11 games, 11 wins in a row, man. Like, they're not gonna be caught, I don't think. Like, we say that now, but again, I mean, it's gonna take 4 games. Like, the way things are, if they win their game in hand, they're gonna have to lose 4 for someone to catch them, which I can't see them losing 4 between now and the end of the season, to be honest. All right, so give me your prediction for this game, Man City versus Spurs.
I'm going to say we're going to be cheeky and get a 1-0 win.
Like, you know what? It's funny because I'm going the same thing. Like, no, actually, I'm going 2-1. I think you're going to win 2-1. I think you're going to get 2 goals and they're going to nick one. But I actually think this is the time for Spurs to win because playing 9 games and winning all 9, like, it's going to come to an end soon, isn't it? And if anybody knows how to be Man City, it's you guys. It wasn't long. It was 2 years ago, isn't it? That you just kept beating them. Just kept beating them.
We beat them. We have beat them this season already 2-0.
Oh, you beat them, yeah. You beat them 2-0, yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be nice to get that again.
Confidence, confidence is high. So I'm going 2-1 Spurs. To be fair, I'm gonna say it on my chest as well. 2-1 Spurs. Then my team versus Leeds. I can't see us losing this match, but every time I've been so confident this season, we've just gone and lost the match. So, but we do well on Sundays at 4:30. So that's the only reason why I'm thinking we're going to win this game. If there's an early kickoff, I would have said we was going to lose. But it's a 4:30 kickoff, so I'm backing us. I'm gonna go 4-2 to Arsenal. See, it's going to be some crazy score. To be fair,
yeah, Leeds are always in these high-scoring games, and it's always back to Leeds.
Like, are you impressed with them? To be fair, because like I'm impressed in the fact that they haven't changed the way they've played. Like they've got promoted, they haven't changed the way they played. They just carried on playing the same. But when they're losing like 6-0 and stuff, and they're still saying that they're playing good football. Like, how can you play good football after you get smacked 6-0? It doesn't make sense to me.
No, that's what happened when we beat them 3-0. That's all. Whoever pundits on Skyward, that's all they were talking about. Leeds still playing the Leeds way. You got to admire them. You think, no, we beat them 3-0 and they've not really done anything. Admire him for that.
No, it was because it was your game. I know they lost to Man United, but it was your game where I just remember everybody was like, "What are these guys talking about? They just lost 3-0. Like they didn't look like scoring." And you're saying that you admire them for playing their way and losing the game. That doesn't make sense. Have they got anyone that you guys you would like to sign? So I'm looking at Rafinha, like just that skill alone that he did the other day. It was just like, yeah, let's just sign him just based off of that skill that
you know what he's a baller. He is, and I think he's only like 22 years old as well.
Yeah,
he's a really good. They've done well to get him, to be honest. But apart from him, you know what? I look at Leeds this season like I did Sheffield United last season. That's how I think it all depends on how they do next season. Now, because they're safe, they will stay up. Yeah. But I mean, before the first lockdown last year, Sheffield United were sixth.
Champions League, weren't they?
That's what I'm saying.
About Champions League, yeah.
Only 2 points off top 4 or something like that. And now they're on, I think, 10 points so far this season. So it all changes quick.
No, it's a bit crazy because I don't think I'll take any of their players. I don't know about you. Like, I mean, Rafinha, you would take him, but do you know if he would fit in your team? I don't know. Like, I don't think I would take any of their players. To be fair, would you?
Nah. Apart from Rafinha, because he's 22, you would hope he's still got a bit of learning to do so in. But the rest of them, no, they're not. They're a good bunch of players, but I think they'll only do that together. I don't think they'll thrive anywhere else.
Yeah. Have they got any defenders? Because we're in we need some defenders. I'm just wondering if they've got any defenders.
Who have they got? No, I know they've got Luke Ayling, I think. So I don't know. I think he's the only one I really know.
He used to play for us. He Arsenal youngster. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think I would sign. I know everyone keeps banging on us about that Phillips guy, but I haven't seen enough.
No, I don't rate him as high as the rest rate him.
I mean, Xhaka has been playing well this season, but anything's an improvement on him, to be fair. So I'll take him just on that basis, to be fair. When are we playing you? Because that is going to be very interesting. Let me just get it.
I think it was like
it's
3
close,
weeks,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's not far. It's not long away now.
This is very, very close. Arsenal versus Tottenham. Oh yeah, I can't wait to that one. That's going to be fun.
So I think it's at Emirates as well, isn't it?
Yeah, because you already smashed us at your ground, didn't you?
Yeah. That win.
All fixtures. Oh yeah, so we've got Leeds, Benfica. Who you lot got in Europa?
Wolfsberger, some Austrian team.
Oh.
Yeah, we've had the luck of the draws this season. We have.
13th of March is when we play, so we've got a bit of time. But in between us that game here, we've got to play Leicester, Man City, Benfica twice, and Leeds.
Yeah, you know,
so
big games coming.
Yeah, we could be wounded by the time we get to you guys, and then after we play you, we play West Ham and then Liverpool. So
yeah, West Ham are flying at the minute as well. You can't
they
fault
are,
them now.
They're flying. I'm very surprised with them because I know Moyes always has that potential of doing that for his teams. He always seems to get them for one season playing brilliant football, getting them to the top. But I just think he's right. I just think he's just a pants manager, remember?
Yeah,
he's got them playing, man. He's got them playing.
Yeah, I don't rate him. I rate him as high as I do Steve Bruce, and that's not very high. But
that's disrespectful, man. That's disrespectful. Nah, but the thing is Bruce that bad though? Is Bruce worse than Hodgson? Is he worse than Hodgson?
Yeah, I'll take Roy Hodgson over. I think Steve Bruce is the luckiest manager in the Premier. I don't know how he still keeps getting these jobs, are they?
That's the thing. Like, I don't know how, because obviously Sam Allardyce keeps getting jobs because he has that, he can keep them up. But I don't know how people like Bruce gets a job. Obviously, Moyes has a bit of, because he's done well with what he had at Everton, so that kind of gets him. But there's some managers, and you just think, how do you guys keep getting jobs, man? And nobody, like, I'm surprised no one's gone after, what's his name, the ex-Bournemouth one.
Eddie Howe, yeah.
Eddie Howe, yeah. Like, for me, that's Newcastle. That has Newcastle written all over it, man. Like, they've got to go for him because he's going to have them playing good football. But they're just preying on this takeover that I don't know if it's ever going to come because I don't know if you look at like the chats on Twitter and stuff, how like the fans go after each other, like starting World War III over if they're gonna get a takeover. I'm like, if it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't, man. But yeah, no. Sometimes I just wonder what I'm looking at when it comes to people on Twitter, man. Like, especially when it comes to football. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up there. Ryan, tell us what you've got coming up this week because obviously I know you're moving up in the world.
Yeah, Eleanor's dragging me with her as far as she goes. She's just started her first hosting gig for the Football Terrace, the Tottenham show, every Wednesday. So I'll be on that tomorrow. But it's usually 9:00 it starts, but with Tottenham playing tomorrow night at 7:45, she's doing it at 7:00 tomorrow. So I'll be there.
Yeah, so everybody please, 7:00 tomorrow on Football Terrace. Go watch Elena and Ryan. And who else is on there? Because you did mention a few other names earlier.
We've got Toby, I think it's from Tapping Toby.
Yeah, Tapping Toby, yeah.
Tanya, I can't remember the name of her podcast. I'm going to have to start learning that as well if I'm with her every day. The Football Terrace regular Alex, who everyone loves to hate.
Yeah, no, it's just I don't think he makes it easy for himself, but he's there for a reason, and it's pure entertainment. So you gotta love that, haven't you, man? But yeah, once again, thank you, Ryan. And what day is it today?
A Tuesday, nah.
Oh yeah, so it's Tuesday. So we're back next Monday. We just had to move it this week because I was being a bit lazy, so we moved it to Tuesday for this week. But we'll be back next week, Monday. Hopefully Spurs have lost and Arsenal have won. So it'll be a better show for me because as you noticed, we didn't really talk about Arsenal today because they were pants for the last 2 matches. So we kept it moving. But yeah, thank you again, everybody that's came in, left comments. Please subscribe to the channel. Please go follow Ryan Madden 1991. You watched the Super Bowl, didn't you? Was you like? Did you like it? I didn't watch it.
Man, yeah, I'm a big
Time
NFL
of
fan. Yeah, I
No,
love
the only
it.
reason I said that is because my favorite game was Madden.
Yeah. I don't get no profit. I'm still waiting for that.
No, so it just reminded me about the NFL. But yeah, thank you again, man. Everyone, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you roll with us every week, and make sure you go catch the show that he will be on tomorrow. Remember to have a good evening. Remember to social distance, and let's pray that Man United lose today because they are getting unbearable. To have a good evening.